Good evening. Tonight, a special report on what may be the most extraordinary and controversial story in the history of American business. Nexus AI, a company almost nobody had heard of 5 years ago, has just crossed the $1 trillion valuation mark. Faster than Apple. Faster than Google. Faster than any company that has ever existed. But tonight, we ask the question that Wall Street refuses to answer. Is Nexus AI the future of technology, or is it the greatest illusion Silicon Valley has ever produced? This is the trillion-dollar ghost. The story begins in 2021, in a converted garage in Austin, Texas. Dr. Elena Vasquez, a former researcher at DeepMind, and Marcus Chen, a dropout from Stanford's Artificial Intelligence Lab, founded Nexus AI with a simple but audacious promise. They claimed they could build an AI system that would not merely answer questions, but would think, adapt, and eventually run entire businesses without human intervention. Their initial seed funding of $2 million came from investors whose identities remain unknown to this day. For 18 months, the company operated in complete stealth. No website. No press releases. No public presence whatsoever. When Nexus AI finally emerged from stealth in late 2022, they unveiled Athena. Not a chatbot. Not a search engine. Athena was described as the first truly autonomous artificial intelligence. It doesn't just answer your questions. It anticipates your needs. It writes its own code. It debugs its own systems. According to Nexus AI, Athena can run an entire business from end to end. Supply chain management, customer service, financial planning, legal compliance, all without a single human in the loop. Within months, 200 million users had signed up. Fortune 500 companies began replacing entire departments with Athena. The technology, if real, would represent the single greatest leap in computing since the invention of the Internet. The growth has been unlike anything the financial world has ever witnessed. From $0 to $1 trillion in just 4.5 years. Nexus AI raised $50 billion in total funding, including the largest venture round in history, an $18 billion Series D. When they went public in 2024, the stock surged 800% on its first day of trading. By the third quarter of 2025, Nexus AI's revenue had officially surpassed Google's. Wall Street analysts called it unprecedented. Investors called it the future. But a growing number of skeptics are calling it something else entirely. But behind the staggering numbers, a darker picture is emerging. Former employees, speaking on condition of anonymity, have told us that they never actually saw the core Athena algorithm. Quote, "We were kept in separate teams. Nobody had the full picture. I started to wonder if the full picture even existed," end quote. The Securities and Exchange Commission has reportedly opened a preliminary investigation. Nexus AI has refused every request for an independent audit of their technology. No peer-reviewed paper has ever been published. No external researcher has been allowed to examine the system. When pressed on these concerns, the company issued a single statement. Quote, "Our technology speaks for itself," end quote. But does it? And if so, what exactly is it saying? The impact on the broader technology sector has been devastating. Since Nexus AI's rise, Apple stock has fallen 22%. Alphabet, Google's parent company, is down 30%. Meta has dropped 15%. More than 200,000 technology workers have been laid off across the industry as companies scramble to cut costs and compete with Athena. Entire industries have been disrupted seemingly overnight. Customer service centers, legal firms, accounting departments, all hollowed out by a technology that no one outside Nexus AI has ever been allowed to fully examine. So tonight, the question remains. Is Nexus AI the most important company of the 21st century? Or is it the most elaborate mirage Silicon Valley has ever constructed? $1 trillion now rides on the answer. Millions of jobs hang in the balance. And somewhere in Austin, Texas, in a building with no windows and no visitors, the ghost in the machine keeps running. For our continuing coverage, stay with us.